unlike the high costs and numerous resources needed to set up a brick-and-mortar store, you can sell almost any product online with minimal expense. You can build your storefront, promote your products or services, and even conduct transactions entirely on the web. In this unit, you will create an online business in order to sell a product or service. As you set up your business, you will create a document in Google Docs to identify your skills, interests, and resources. Think of how you might use them to develop your product or service. You will conduct research to identify potential customers and their preferences. Then organize the findings in Google Slides. Select the website that best fits your product or service and launch your own online store. Design a flyer to promote your business and the product or service you're offering. Use Google Sheets to track inventory, spending, and profits. And create a customer feedback survey in Google Forms. Move on to one of the activities to get started. Before you start a business, you need ideas to help you decide what to sell. Brainstorming is a way to quickly generate ideas so you can choose the best ones to investigate. In this video, you'll brainstorm a list of your skills and interests so you can create a business that you enjoy doing and that uses your strengths. When brainstorming, come up with as many ideas as you can. Build off of other ideas to create new ones. And more importantly, stay open-minded and objective. To begin, add a title to your document and center it. On a new line, type skills and interests. Align that text with the left side of the page. Brainstorm at least 5 interests, activities, or hobbies that you like. Type each idea on a new line. To make your document easier to read and organize your list, insert bullets. Highlight your list and then select a bullet style. Add more ideas to your list. Include skills or knowledge you've gained from your hobbies, volunteering, or paid work. Once you've brainstormed at least 5 skills and interests, think of what other people have said you're good at. Family members, friends, and coworkers may come up with great ideas that you wouldn't think of. Type these ideas in a separate list in your brainstorming document. You've completed the first part of your brainstorming document. In the next video, you will identify available resources you can use for your business. Now it's your turn. Add a title to your brainstorming document and center it. Create bulleted lists of at least 5 skills and interests, and list 3 skills others have said you're good at. Starting an online business is a great way to generate additional income. It could even lead to a full-time career. Your online business will be successful and enjoyable if it fits with your existing interests and skills. In this activity, you will brainstorm ideas to turn your strengths into an online job. There are 2 different types of things you can sell online: products and services. A product is something tangible that is produced. Examples include furniture, records, candles, wallets, and purses. A service satisfies a need, but is intangible. Examples include tutoring, consulting, selling insurance, or teaching a class. The example in this activity is an online business that sells wooden tablet and smartphone stands, but you can create any type of business, product, or service that matches what you love to do and what you're good at. To discover the skills and interests you can use to create an online business, brainstorm a list. When you brainstorm, you generate ideas without judgment or criticism. Because brainstorming is about creativity, some of your ideas might be a bit silly or off the wall. Using Google Docs for brainstorming means that your documents are stored in a safe online location called Google Drive, and your updates are saved automatically. Only people who have permission can see them. Then, when you're ready to share your brainstorming ideas to get input, you can easily do so. To start, open a new tab in your browser and log into your Google account. If you don't have an account, go to www.google.com and create one now. Once you're logged in, navigate to the Google homepage and select Google Docs from the Google Apps menu. Then create a blank document. Name the document Online Business Brainstorming. This name will show in Google Drive, so you'll be able to easily find your document later. Click the next arrow to move on to the following video to begin brainstorming business ideas. Now it's your turn. Sign into your Google account, select Google Docs from the menu, create a blank document, and title your document Online Business Brainstorm. So far, you've brainstormed a list of skills and interests you could use to create an online business. In this video, you will identify the resources and time you have available for your business. Resources are items you own or have access to that could help your online business. These might include a vehicle to make deliveries, storage shed, a sewing machine, camera equipment, or woodworking tools. To start, add a resources section to your brainstorming document. Then think about the resources you have available. Brainstorm at least 5 items that could help your business. Format your resources as a bulleted list. This will help keep your ideas organized and easy to access, especially as the list grows. Next, add an availability section to your document. Availability is the time you can work on your business after taking into account commitments such as work, school, family, or leisure time. For example, you may be available to work Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You may only have time during certain hours. Or perhaps you don't want to work on weekends. Type in your availability and format it as a bulleted list. The information in your online brainstorm document will help you narrow down your options for your online business. Now it's your turn. Add a section to your brainstorming document called Resources. Add at least 5 resources. Add a section to your brainstorming document called Availability, and list when you're available to work. Consider your skills and resources, as well as the time you have available. Review your brainstorming document to narrow down your list of ideas for your online business. For example, if you like thrift shopping, you might create an online thrift store. You could dedicate Mondays to driving your car to shops to find interesting items. Then, on Wednesdays, you could list the items for sale. With an eye for capturing moments, camera equipment, and weekend availability, you might start your own photography business. Or, with woodworking tools, access to raw materials, and a garage for storage, you might make wooden picture frames, jewelry boxes, or tablet and smartphone stands to sell online. Create a new section in your document called Online Business Ideas, and add at least 3 specific business concepts based on your brainstorming document. Next, conduct an internet search to consider even more potential business ideas. Add at least 2 more ideas from your internet research to your list. Once you have 3 business ideas, share your document with a partner to get feedback. Select Share and type in your partner's email address. The sharing options let you choose what others can do with your document. The Edit option lets them make changes and add text. The Comment option means they can leave comments but can't make changes. And the View option means they're only allowed to see the document. When you receive a notification email that your partner has shared their brainstorming document, open Google Drive from a new tab. Look in your shared files for your partner's document. To make suggestions for your partner, turn on Suggesting Mode. Suggesting Mode allows people with edit access to make changes to the document while keeping the original text. Add a comment about things you like and things that could be improved. Remember to keep your comments friendly and constructive. Once you've received comments about your idea, review the suggestions and choose how to resolve them. Because you shared your document in Suggesting Mode, you're able to see the recommended edits and choose whether to accept or reject them. Now, look over your brainstorming document again and see if there are any other ideas you'd like to add or changes you want to make. Then move on to the next video. Now, it's your turn. Create a new section in your brainstorming document called Online Business Ideas. Include at least 3 ideas. Search the internet and add at least 2 more ideas to your list. Share your document with someone else to get feedback or critique your own ideas. Resolve the comments and incorporate the feedback in your document. You've done great work narrowing down your list of potential online business ideas. In this video, you will choose 2 of your ideas. You'll test to see if they have the potential to become a successful business. This is called validation. It's important because it helps you decide if your idea has the potential to be successful. Validation requires thorough research and honesty when assessing the pros and cons of your idea. Begin by adding a section to your brainstorming document called Idea Validation. Format the heading so it stands out from the rest of your text. Consider your first idea. Does it solve a problem or fill a need? What are the pros and cons? How will you get feedback and measure success? Do you have competition? Do you have the time required to make it work? How will you source the materials or find the goods to resell? Open a new tab in your browser and navigate to google.com. Enter your first idea into the search field. Then browse the search results to find answers to your questions. Once you've researched and answered questions about your first idea, do the same for the other business concepts. When you've completed your research, consider everything you included in your brainstorming document. Weigh the pros and cons of your various ideas. Narrow down the list and decide on the best online business idea for you. Now, it's your turn. Add a section to the brainstorming document for idea validation. Conduct an internet search to validate each of your favorite business ideas. And based on what you discover, determine the best idea for your online business. In this activity, you selected a skill or interest and brainstormed to see if it could be a successful online business. You learned about brainstorming, a proven tool used by businesses to promote creative thinking and generate ideas. Google Docs helped you record your ideas, kept them organized, and provided valuable feedback. You brainstormed what resources you have and how much time you can devote to an online business. You also validated your idea. You researched the marketplace to determine if your concept meets a real need, to see if it has any competition, and to test the likelihood of success. Using these tools and techniques can give you the confidence in your business idea. Previous activity, you brainstormed business ideas, identified available resources, and picked an online business to create. If you didn't complete the previous activity, choose an online business product or service that you would like to create. In this activity, you will pick a memorable and unique name for a business that reflects your product or service. Then, you will conduct market research on your potential customers. Market research is collecting information about the preferences and needs of potential customers. To do this effectively, you will conduct an internet search for successful competitors, learn about their customers, use search terms to find reliable internet sources and relevant data, and determine the people most likely to buy your product or service. You will create a presentation in Google Slides that conveys your business name and purpose. Google Slides allows you to outline details about your new business in an organized and visually appealing way. The presentation you create will be a concise description of your business that informs others about your new venture. As you create your presentation, you'll insert new slides, add and format text to outline your business choices, apply a theme to give your slides a consistent look, and clean up and formalize your presentation to communicate your online business. To start, create a new Google Slides presentation. Open a new tab in your browser, then open Google Slides from the Apps menu. Start a new blank presentation. Then, give it a title. Your presentation will be saved in Google Drive under this file name. Your file automatically saves and updates as you make changes, so there's no need to save as you work. Move on to the next video to create a design for your presentation and choose a name for your business. Now, it's your turn. Create a new Google Slides presentation and title the presentation. Businesses conduct market research to learn important details about their potential customers. This includes who they are, what they do, where they live, how old they are, and what they buy. They use this information to determine what to sell and how and where to advertise their products and services. In this video, you will research your potential customers to help you make choices about your online business. Then, you will add the results of your research to your slide presentation. This type of research is called consumer analysis, and it includes both demographics and psychographics. Demographics define basic information about a group of people, such as their age, gender, income, and education level. Psychographics describe people's personalities, needs, interests, values, and lifestyles. Perform an internet search to start looking for potential customers. Research successful competitors to your business. You can do this by identifying the demographics of people following them on social media, noticing who's talking about them on blogs and forums, and looking at a competitor's website to understand how they approach branding. In other words, how they want their customers to perceive their business. Focus on the most important elements of the demographics and psychographics for your specific business. The owner of one type of business may be most interested in a customer's education level, while another might want to know where potential customers live. Review the search results. Look for credible sources such as major news outlets and advertising trade groups. Read at least 3 sources. When several sources agree, the information is more credible. Try to find results published within the last few years so your demographic information is current. When you've determined the information you need, add it to your slide presentation. Add a new slide after your business name page. Title it Target Audience. Your target audience is the people your product or service is trying to reach. Then record the audience information you collected. Another benefit of market research is that it helps you keep your target audience in mind as you continue building your business. In the next video, you will organize the information from your research and plan how you will reach these potential customers. Now it's your turn. Go to google.com to search for information on potential customers. Consult at least 3 reliable sources and record the information you collected in your presentation. In the previous video, you researched your target audience based on demographics and psychographics. You recorded the most important information about these potential customers. In this video, you will determine what social networking sites they use. Then you will add this research to your slideshow and organize the presentation. Social media platforms have a basic function. They connect people who are interested in building networks with others who share similar interests, activities, backgrounds, or real-life connections. Social media platforms also have their differences. Users can vary by age, gender, background, and interests. So one platform may be more effective than another in reaching your particular audience. Go to google.com and enter search terms such as social media demographics to narrow down your target audience's social media preferences. As you learned in a previous video, use multiple credible sources to find more information on the audience for each site. Next, add a new slide to your presentation and title it Social Media Research. Record your findings on that slide. The goal of this research is to reveal which platform is most popular among people in your target audience. You will use that platform to promote your business. For example, if you find that your target audience is between the ages of 27 and 42, you would choose the social media platform used by people in that demographic. Now delete the possible business name slide. You no longer need this brainstorming information. Go through each of your slides to make sure that the formatting is consistent and the information is easy to read. Your presentation is complete. You have all of your business, audience, and social media demographics in one place. Because you carefully considered these key details, this presentation will help you make effective business decisions and share important information with others. Now it's your turn. Search the internet for the social media preferences of your target audience. Add a social media preferences page to your presentation, record your findings, add relevant data to your target audience slide, delete the brainstorming slide, and finalize your presentation. Congratulations on naming your business and getting to know your potential customers. Selecting a name that appeals to your target audience is important to your business success. Choosing a memorable name helps you make a great first impression on potential customers. A name that clearly describes your business and its product or service can help people find your online store with a Google search. And making sure your business name reflects your brand image is essential to building long-lasting relationships with your customers. Customer research is extremely important to your business success. It will help you identify new business opportunities, design effective marketing campaigns that target the specific interests of your potential customers, determine problems and find solutions, and establish lines of communication between you and your customers so you get valuable feedback. Update your slide presentation as you continue to organize your business ideas, record data on customer demographics and psychographics, and share relevant information about your business. Google Slides is a great tool to use when you want to show an audience a brief and cohesive overview of your business. You could insert graphs and charts to show growth or sales, show images of your products to potential customers or clients, or train people in your business if you someday take on employees. Building on the lessons you learned in this activity will help you improve your skills as your business grows. A great way to sell products and services without the expense and responsibility of managing a physical retail location. Maintaining your business online enables you to reach a wider audience. In this activity, you will brainstorm how customers will use your product or service and identify the most appealing features. For instance, someone offering in-home tech support would have a different approach to their online business than someone selling car organizers. Maximize your online exposure by brainstorming a list focused on your specific product or service. Then research the pros and cons of different websites to find the best one for your business. You will create your own online store by choosing a website for your online business, creating a seller profile, and listing your product or service according to the website specifications. To start, open a new blank document and title it Online Store Brainstorming. With an attractive product offering and the right sales platform, your online store will be a key part of your business success. Now it's your turn. Open a new blank document and title it Online Store Brainstorming. Marketplaces are websites where people come together to buy and sell products. Jewelry, collector's items, athletic gear, almost anything can be sold online. Each online sales platform has its pros and cons, so choosing the right one for your product depends on several factors. One major factor is the product or service you want to sell. Consider what you're offering and its specific sales category. The answer may not be obvious. Record your product and category in your brainstorming document. Use a bulleted list to organize your thoughts. Add a section for online store requirements. Record as much information as you can about your business and your product or service. This is the type of information you will need regardless of which online marketplace you choose. Use bullet points to help you stay organized. Next, conduct a search for websites that might be a good fit for your product. Go to google.com and enter search terms such as online marketplace, online store, or online selling. Click a few links and read about those marketplaces. You will see the most popular choices listed several times. You may also discover marketplaces that are unfamiliar but that suit your product. Bookmark these links or copy them into your brainstorming document. You will need them to create a pros and cons list later. Now, record at least 3 online marketplaces. Add one more option to that list, building your own website. It might be the right choice for your online business. In the next video, you will list the pros and cons of each online marketplace. Now it's your turn. Determine the sales category for your product. Record additional information about your product, search the web for potential online marketplaces, and list 3 online marketplaces, as well as the option to build your own website in your brainstorming document. In the last video, you researched and selected an online marketplace for your business. In this video, you'll open an account, create a profile, and list a product or service. Go to the welcome page of the website of your choice and locate the prompt to register or join. Fill out the registration form and create a password. You may need to retrieve a confirmation number from your email account. When you've established your account, create your seller profile. This may include the name of your online business, as well as information you'd like to share with your customers about the business, products. An important aspect of managing an online business is keeping track of your materials and expenses. Part of that task is inventory management. Your inventory is the amount of products or materials you have available at a given time. Inventory management requires careful balancing. Too much inventory means you have to store excess materials. That takes up space and decreases your cash flow because money is tied up in that inventory. Too little inventory might delay fulfillment of your orders, or worse, force you to cancel the customer's order. There are many tools available to help you manage your inventory and related expenses, including online software programs. But these can be expensive. Another option is Google Sheets. You can use Google Sheets to manage your business expenses for free on any device. Plus, because your spreadsheet will be saved to Google Drive, It's available when and where you need it. In this activity, you'll use Google Sheets to record your inventory information, including how much of each product or material you have in stock. Then you will calculate your sales to determine the profit, or how much money remains after accounting for all expenses. You will also learn how to identify if you sold too many of a particular product so you don't disappoint customers or lose an order. To start, open a new tab in your browser. Then use the Apps menu to open Google Sheets. Create a new blank sheet and title it Business Expenses. Then move on to the next video to begin filling out the spreadsheet with your business inventory. Now it's your turn. Open Google Sheets, start a new spreadsheet, and title it Business Expenses. Previous video, you created a new spreadsheet and gave it a title. In this video, you will list the items you sell and record data on what you have in stock and what you've sold. To begin, label the first column Product Type. Beneath that heading, list the products or materials you sell. As you list each item, some text may overlap between columns. To keep each item visible, wrap the text. To do this, select the entire column. Then wrap the text so it fits in the cell. Now your inventory is easier to see. Next, add headings to the right of the product type column. Label the next column Original Stock. This shows the number of each product you had available when you launched your business. For example, if you created 25 tablet stands, put the number 25 in this row. Type Total Sold at the top of the next column. List how many of each item you've sold, even if it's 0. Label the next column Current Stock. Add the header, but leave the rest blank. Now add a label for cost per unit. This is how much it costs to make your product. Complete this column based on your expenses per item. The Retail Price column shows the amount of money you charge your customers. Next, add a column heading for margin. Leave this column blank. You'll fill it in the next video. To make your spreadsheet easier to read, make the headings stand out. Select the last 3 columns, then adjust the format to display the numbers as amounts of money. Now, it's your turn. Label the columns in your spreadsheet. Fill out each column except for current stock and margin. Wrap the text. Make the column headings bold. And change the formatting to currency. In the previous video, you created your inventory and expenses spreadsheet and recorded important data. Now, it's time to determine your current stock and profit margins. You could manually count each item or calculate the differences one by one using the spreadsheet data. This might be feasible when you're starting out, but as your business grows, it would get time-consuming. With Google Sheets, you can determine the items in your inventory with a formula. A formula is a mathematical relationship expressed in numbers. Using a formula means you don't have to manually subtract, add, or calculate a list of numbers. This saves you time and limits errors. To start, add a formula to column D, current stock. This will show the difference between your original stock and the total sold for each item. Formulas in Google Sheets always start with an equal sign. Enter the formula to find the difference between the number of products you started with and the number sold. Subtract the total sold cell number from the original stock cell number. The formula is B2 minus C2. When you press enter, the current stock column shows the number of items you have in stock. To copy the formula to the entire current stock column, click on the cell containing the formula. Then grab the handle in the lower right-hand corner, hold it, and drag it down until you reach the bottom of your list. When you release the handle, the cell references update to indicate the correct totals based on the formula. Some results may be positive, some may be negative. To make sure nothing was mistyped or miscalculated, double check your work. You used a formula to calculate the number of items in your inventory. This will save time as you build your online business. Use an equivalent formula to determine the margin for each item. The margin is the difference between the item's cost and the retail price. A high profit margin indicates a big difference between your cost and the retail price, which means you're charging customers fairly and making your products cost effective. A low profit margin with a small difference between your cost and the retail price is a signal to reevaluate your expenses or what you charge customers. In the margin column, type in an equal sign. Then subtract the cost per unit from the retail price. In this case, the formula is F2 minus E2. Press enter and then drag the formula through the entire column. Now, it's your turn. Add a formula to the current stock column and drag the formula down the list. Then, add a formula to the margin column and drag that formula to the bottom of that list. Now that you've found your profit margins, learn more about your business expenses by calculating the out-of-pocket costs, gross sales, and profits. To the right of the margin column, add 3 more column headings to your spreadsheet for out-of-pocket cost, gross sales, and profit. The out-of-pocket cost is the number of items originally in stock multiplied by the cost per unit. This number tells you how much you spent to create your entire stock of each item. Begin typing your formula in cell H2. Type an equal sign and then add the cell number for original stock, in this case B2. Add an asterisk to indicate multiplication. Then input the cell for total cost per unit. In this example, it's E2. Press enter. The result of the formula appears in the cell. Double check the math, then drag the formula to the rest of the column. Now move on to gross sales. Gross sales describes the total amount of money you receive for an item. In cell I2, type an equal sign, then multiply the total number of items sold by the retail price. Press enter and copy the formula down the rest of the column. Next, determine your profit. In an online business or any company, understanding profitability is critical. A company can't stay in business without making a profit. Profit is gross sales minus out-of-pocket costs. In cell J2, type an equal sign, then subtract costs from sales. Press enter and drag to copy the formula down the column. To make your spreadsheet easier to read as it gets larger and more complex, try freezing cells. This keeps specific rows or columns from moving as you scroll through your spreadsheet. Highlight the row containing your column headings and freeze it. Now the headings remain visible as you scroll through the spreadsheet. Next, freeze the column containing your list of product types. You've learned so much about calculating your inventory and expenses. Consider this data when determining which products are most valuable for your business. Even if you like an item, if it isn't profitable, it's probably not worth selling. Now, it's your turn. Add columns for out-of-pocket costs, gross sales, and profit. Use formulas to calculate each total. Copy formulas down each column, and freeze the first row and column in your spreadsheet. As a business owner, it is critical for you to know immediately if too much money is being spent or if you're running low on inventory. In this video, you will highlight negative numbers in another color using conditional formatting. This visual cue lets you see problems at a glance. Identifying items that have higher costs than sales lets you make adjustments before your business loses money. Negative numbers also indicate that you've sold more products than you have in stock. Conditional formatting changes the look of numbers or text in spreadsheet cells. In this example, the conditional formatting turns numbers red if they're negative. To begin, highlight the numbers in the profit column. Conditionally format the cells. The cell range you highlight should show in the conditional formatting window. If it doesn't, click the range box and highlight the cells you will format. In this case, a negative number triggers the formatting. Enter less than and 0 as two parts of the condition. Next, select the formatting style to change the color of the font. Apply this same conditional formatting to the cells in your summary table to determine if your overall expenses are on track. Use the same conditional formatting to check the current stock column. You can see if you've oversold a particular item. You can adjust the conditional formatting to be activated above 0 if you can't easily restock or create new products. Now, it's your turn. Use conditional formatting in the profit column to change numbers to red if they're less than 0. Then, apply the same conditional formatting to your summary table and the current stock column. In this activity, you used Google Sheets to track your business inventory and expenses. You added formulas and functions to calculate totals and assess the health of your online business. You checked whether your costs exceeded your profits. Now that you have the skills to adjust your business based on costs, consider different ways to decrease expenses. For example, you could find a new supplier that charges less for the materials you need. Or you could put your products on sale. Maybe you already keep your costs low and sell a lot of products, but your retail prices aren't high enough. Compare your prices with other businesses offering similar items. If your prices are much lower, you may want to increase the retail price. Every company is different, so your business expenses may be different than the ones covered in this video. For example, if you provided a service such as lawn care or web design, you may not have many items to keep in stock, and your inventory list might be less extensive. You may also have additional expenses you need to include, such as renting an office or kiosk, membership fees for a resale website, or shipping costs to mail your products to customers. These expenses are part of your out-of-pocket costs. Your time spent making each product might also be something to track as an hourly rate. As you become more comfortable with Google Sheets, use the help function to look up specific formulas and other ways to make your inventory and expense sheet work for you. Customer feedback is a great way to find out how satisfied your customers are with your business. One way to get feedback is with a survey. Survey results can help you improve your product or service and identify customers who are likely to promote your business through positive reviews, word-of-mouth referrals, and repeat sales. In this activity, you will create a customer feedback survey using Google Forms. You will determine what questions you will ask and personalize your survey with colors and themes that complement your company's brand. You will analyze your survey data to identify where you can make changes to improve your product or service. To start, open a new tab in your browser and select Google Forms from the app's menu. Create a new form and give it a title. Now it's your turn. Create a new Google form and give your form a title. In this video, you will brainstorm questions. You will ask your customers to get their feedback, incorporate their suggestions into future products or services, and help your business grow and succeed. To start, write a customer greeting and describe the survey they're about to take. Consider at least 5 aspects of your business that could benefit from feedback and start composing your questions. For now, you're brainstorming. You can add, delete, and modify the questions later. It may help to think about your own online shopping experiences, from visiting a website to receiving what you ordered. You may want to include open-ended questions about the experience itself. Now, it's your turn. Write your greeting, brainstorm at least 5 aspects of your business that would benefit from feedback, then start composing specific questions around these issues. In this video, you will explore different question formats in Google Forms, choose the best format for your questions, and finalize your survey questions. With Google Forms, you can include different types of survey questions to get the feedback that is relevant to you. Some options include short answer, multiple choice, checkboxes, and linear scale. The question format you choose depends on the type of information you're seeking. If you're selling a product, you might ask questions about color, size, and quality. If you want customers to comment on satisfaction criteria, the checkbox format enables them to click all answers that apply. For a tool or gadget, you could ask about sturdiness or ease of use. For this, you might use a linear scale question. This lets users rate satisfaction on a numbered scale, such as from 1 to 5. Labeling the ends of the scale clarifies which are positive and which are negative. In a short answer format, you can ask about the ordering, payment, and shipping experience. Use the question format that best suits your needs. Select a format for each question you listed in your brainstorming session. Use the format suggested by Google Forms, or choose another from the drop-down menu. Include the options for possible answers. Add and format any additional questions to complete your survey. Now, it's your turn. Select the best format for each of your survey questions and add and format 3 to 5 additional questions. An appealing survey that is consistent with your brand helps your customers view your business in a positive light. Your brand is the public representation of your business and what your customers interact with. Your business name, logo, advertisements, website, and social media are part of your brand. So is your feedback survey. In this video, you will customize and personalize your survey by adding colors, themes, and images. To start, change the color scheme. Try a few colors until you find one that complements your product or service. Consider your logo, your existing communication, and your customers when selecting a color. Next, choose a theme from the variety of themes available. If you have a graphic or photo available that represents your business, you can upload it. It will appear at the top of your survey, and Google Forms will automatically choose a complementary color. Now, it's your turn. Select 2 different color options, experiment with the different themes, and upload your graphic or photo. Now that you've created your survey, preview it to make sure you covered each area that requires feedback. A feedback survey is an important way to interact with your customers. Your survey should look professional and be error-free. Consider the flow of your questions. If you like, rearrange the order. Perhaps add some additional questions, or delete questions that are less important. Repeat these steps until you're satisfied with your survey. Next, edit the settings to suit the needs of your business. Your customers may not want to provide their personal information, especially if they have negative feedback. So avoid collecting their email addresses if you don't need that information. Survey respondents also may want to go back and make changes to their answers. You probably don't want to let them see other customer surveys because it could affect their responses. Select the option to be notified by email when you receive a new survey response. Reading the feedback as soon as it's available enables you to make changes to your business promptly. Before sending your survey, share it with your class partner or a friend to get feedback. This can be useful for identifying typos or confusing questions. Once you incorporate any feedback from your friend or partner, add a confirmation or thank you message and send your survey via email. If you're working in a classroom setting, send it to the entire group to get a variety of responses. If you're not in a class, send the survey to your friends and family to complete. Or take the survey yourself, at least 3 times, providing different answers. The more survey responses you receive, the better you'll understand and address your customers' needs. Now, it's your turn. Preview your survey, rearrange the order of questions if necessary, add or delete questions, edit your settings, and send your survey. The responses to your customer survey give you important data, which you can analyze and use to make changes to your online business. You can see if a product is popular or unpopular, allowing you to make changes that will appeal to your target audience. If customers don't agree on a particular question or can't reach a consensus, then it's helpful to look at the individual responses in closer detail. Compare how the individual customer answered each question in relation to the others. For example, maybe one customer really liked the product, but was unhappy overall because of the customer service. Or perhaps someone really enjoyed the product and customer service, but they were unhappy with the experience of buying through your website. Analyze these responses closely and identify at least one part of your business that you can improve. With these responses, you should have a clear picture of customer satisfaction and how to make your online business more successful. Now, it's your turn. Use the summary view in your feedback form, review your survey data in charts and graphs, use the individual view to analyze customer experience, and identify one aspect of your business that you can change to increase customer satisfaction.